Starfield's Shattered Space DLC has been out for over a month now, and I absolutely loved the DLC. It was loads of fun, it missed a lot on the mark, it didn't hit exactly the right spots. I was hoping for a lot more rounded experience, where we could see, do, and progress in the way that we like, as with previous Bethesda titles, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But as a standalone DLC, it was loads and loads of fun. The storyline was relatively interesting. What does beat it down a little bit, though, is the dialogue options. There is a lot there, but none of them have any substance. They don't do anything, they don't change anything, and unfortunately, that does tie into the ending as well. There are various dialogue lines that you can choose to change the way the game ends at the Shattered Space DLC, but they don't impact too much on the storyline. Today I'm going to show you what happens if you decide to either help Anasko Varrun or decide to turn against him. It is quite cool how things do slightly change, but they don't change anywhere near as much as I would have hoped. So for starters, we're going to go off and help Varrun, and then I'm going to show you how things progress if you decide not to help him. Now, you would have already seen that if you have been watching my previous videos, because we did that exact option in the last part of the Shattered Space DLC playthrough that we released a couple of weeks ago. Now, let's jump in and check out, see what happens if we decide to help him out and start the Serpent's Crusade. So let's see what happens if we do activate the pods and aside with Anasko.
You know how formidable yet limited their abilities were. The Varrun soldiers suspended within these pods are an improvement on all. Activate the system, and they will be suffused with vortex energy, making them nearly invulnerable. They will be proof that House Varrun's ascent.
So let's now activate it and see how bad this goes. The Vortex Crusade Protocol. So we're releasing the Phantoms. Anasko is probably a little bit erect right now. He's been waiting for this moment for years, bless him. But here we are.
It is done.
Is that it? Is that all we got to do?
This is but the first wave. Once we have restored the Citadel, we will have the knowledge and power to send out hundreds, thousands more.
Okay.
In level. Emergent.
Oh.
Zealots have infiltrated the Citadel. They cannot
be
allowed to gain control of
So what does that mean?
Waste no time. Ascend the Citadel. Join me at the pinnacle. We must defend the Vortex Gate. We cannot fail the Great Serpent now.
Alright, so I'm assuming this is going to end the way that they want it to end regardless. And we're basically going to get up there, something's going to go wrong, Varrun's going to destroy the Citadel, yada yada yada. And as mentioned in my review, you know, the way of being able to fundamentally change the story definitely lacks. But let's see what happens when we actually do this then. So the first time coming through here was a little bit more dicey. We had a few more enemies coming after us. My mouse is not working properly today. It keeps disconnecting itself, which is very annoying. Alright. See, now, normally, this is where shit gets a little bit spicy. We had our first lot of contact. Alright, so here we are. I'm assuming it's just going to be these guys this time around, though. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? What you doing, fool? So this is the same fight sequence that we had. You just have to basically get through here. There's a lot of enemies, a lot of XP if you want to go down that route, but it's mainly the zealots. So just got to keep moving through and get back up to the top. Let's see if anything changes when we get there. Now, as we're progressing through the Citadel, nothing has changed. Everything is exactly the same. We're not coming across more of a variation of the enemies. We're still taking on a lot of the Void Vortex Phantoms, which I would have thought, as we've sided with Varrun, these guys wouldn't really come after us. But it looks like this is pretty much exactly the same. Other than that one dialogue line and pressing a different button, nothing at all has changed. We're still progressing through, killing the same dudes, doing exactly the same thing that we would have done. So I think that may be a big misstep. I'm hoping that final end sequence where we are in with the big machine, hopefully that changes a few things and we come across some difference. Alright, so we are just arriving at the pinnacle of the scaled Citadel, and it does look like nothing much has changed up here. Everything is still the same. We're going to have a different dialogue line with Anasko.
But we are running out of time. We risk losing everything to the Zealots, so the gate must cycle one more time, shifting the Citadel into the vortex and back again. The Zealots inside will be cast into the void. But, I am sorry to say, so will you. It is the only way. The Serpent's Crusade is too important to risk. The work must carry on. You have served honorably. Your deeds here and your sacrifice will be heralded down through the generations.
So now we have another choice again, which we can mix it up. Let's see. So there's no way. Let's submit and die and see what happens. This will be the other ending. Obviously, we could have attacked him there and gone to that original ending, which if you haven't seen, we will show that after. Oh, am I just going to sit down and die? Oh, okay. That was, Is that it? We're just dead. We just died. You just sit down and die. So you have to choose to be against him then. Wait a minute. No.
I am glad to have you here with me in this moment. We risk losing everything. The Zealots inside will be... The Serpent's Crusade is...
Right, so we've gone through all of that. And can't you just shut down the gate?
Shut down when the Zealots have been... My child, from the moment I commissioned this project...
So if we submit, that's it. And I'm assuming that wasn't any sort of bug. He is just going to go sit down and die. That's correct. Okay, so that's it. That's the end. Okay, we don't sit down and die that time. But yeah, that's very disappointing. I will say, an absolute disappointment. So most of you probably already know what happens when you help Anasko, but this is what it goes through. I'm going to speed this up. Basically, you've got to kill him and activate the switches. We've already done all of this bit on our playthrough, and this mission was really enjoyable, jam-packed, and it was a little bit of a challenge, which was quite nice. I enjoyed playing this one, but let's speed it up and get through to the end so you can see what happens to the Great Citadel and Anasko Varrun. Then, once you've done all of that bit, I'm assuming this is going to be exactly the same escape route as normal. Just run all the way through the scaled Citadel and try and get back out the front. So we're going to speed this bit up once again. So that was it. As you can see, nothing really changes, which is once again one of Starfield's biggest flaws. The fact that you have so many options there, but they all lead to exactly the same pathway. So it's a big, big shame that that happened. I'm very, very disappointed. Obviously, it would have been cool to see a little cutscene, a little animation, a little something that happened, even if you did choose to side with him, with Anasko, and then it say that, you know, oh, your game's over, you're dead, the settled systems continue on, and that could be a sort of end of the game if you wanted to leave it at that point without going through the Unity. I think that would have been really cool. But as we saw, that is not how the team decided to go. I do love the Scaled Citadel mission overall. It is really good. I think they've missed a massive point there, though, with everything inside that Scaled Citadel. We will do a video on that in a couple of days' time, going over a big missing point of the entire Shattered Space DLC. Now, right at the end, you do get this option here. Now, you can start the Serpent's Crusade or leave things peaceful and they should stay that way. So, we can start the Serpent's Crusade, but that's about it. Not much is going to happen now. You will come across a little bit more Varrun, but other than that, nothing.
No, that house.
So that was it. You just made a decision, pissed a couple of people off, but unfortunately, nothing else really changes. You may come across a couple more Varrun dotted across the settled systems, but you have also pissed off absolutely everybody, and everybody hates you because you have, well, yeah, you've started up another war, which doesn't really have any consequence, but still pretty damn cool. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. For now, though, we're going to wrap that one up there. I've been Cowboy. You've been awesome. Thank you for watching, and stick around. We have something very special coming towards the mid/end of this week. For now, though, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.